With a number of diplomats who have been openly critical of President Obama's policy in Syria. However, as those present say, Kerry was careful not to take sides. The 8 who were present at the meeting are among 50 State Department employees who signed a memo last week calling for the US to conduct airstrikes against President Bashar al-Assad's regime. Meanwhile, the Syrian army here has been continuing its offensive on the Islamic State stronghold of Raqqa that began at the start of the month. James Carden, who served as an advisor to the US-Russia Presidential Commission at the US State Department, believes any assault on the Assad regime, though, would be disastrous and would let ISIL grow.
No one really knows what would follow increased military strikes on Syria, and that's an enormous problem, especially because there are Russian and Iranian advisors on the ground. The consequences of carrying out that policy would be disastrous. It would provide space for ISIS to grow. It would completely overthrow the secular government of Bashar al-Assad, and it would potentially spark a wider war with Russia and Iran. In terms of the realist consideration, the policy fails because it would only embroil the United States in more war.
Meanwhile, the US Vice President has also recently commented on what to do with the Assad regime, although he did seem a bit confused about who he was talking about.
We're continuing to work with the international community to reach a negotiated settlement to get Saddam out of power, has him leave.
Assad out of power.
Assad, I'm sorry, Freudian slip.
Now, the UN has condemned violence in Mexico, where 8 people died when police dispersed a teachers' protest there. We'll have the details on that, plus other stories too, in a couple of minutes.